Welcome back to Torchlit Tavern. Once again, I am your grill master, Jameson Oxford. Today, we left the guys off at preparing for dinner with the king. Tonight, they finally make it there after much trial. I've been trying to get them to this point for so freaking
No, it's
long.
only been a week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's been a lifetime.
No, it's
What are
been
you
a week.
talking about?
It's been like an hour.
You never say anything
This
about
is a weekly podcast. I don't know what you're doing.
It is a weekly podcast.
I don't know
But
why
see,
you guys are bullshitting.
every week I've been moving to this moment.
I don't know why you guys are bullshitting our listeners. We just literally never stopped playing D&D ever.
Yeah.
We've made this joke, and it's a joke. A total joke.
We never stopped playing
Wink,
D&D.
wink. Oh good, I can blink still. Alright.
I can't feel my leg.
To my left.
What's up? It's Ryan, aka Roy, back again. Ready to eat some good food at this dinner. And to my left,
Once again, your favorite dwarf, Bobadopoulos, with his now resplendent and glorious beard.
Welcome.
He's much appreciated. You shut up.
I mean, it's not.
I have high-level sleep spells.
Please,
we
no.
know.
I don't know what you want.
Stay on track.
World short.
So look at this. So, anyway, I will have a +1. And my thing. Life is good. How is Bruce's life?
I caught a perch.
He caught a perch.
I caught an orca.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, shut the fuck up. No, you didn't. That's a conclusion to my fishing efforts from last week.
I was
Mitch.
worried we weren't going to work fishing into that last episode.
Yeah.
Really
See?
concerned.
Snuck it in. I'm Mitch. I play Bruce. I'm sure one of everyone's favorite characters.
I mean,
I got
according
one
to most
fan.
votes.
I mean, Roy likes you.
Yeah,
And
like-
I am the master of the grill, Randall, playing the good old boy, Dylan. And I'm back, and
Jamie.
I have 2 +1s.
Plus
Yeah,
one and
what
a
the
half.
fuck?
1.5.
Yeah, +1.5.
How's
Chil-
that okay?
Children eat free.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh shit.
You're good, Roy. Small hands pays off.
That's racist. Alright,
Big plans.
Species.
that's very racist.
This says racist in the book.
So yeah, no, actually, to sum up
Okay,
that
well,
final...
if we want to
no,
go
no,
to the French translation.
Oh God, fucking guy wasn't trying.
Shut your mouth, and I'm railroading this toward a castle, damn it.
That sounds like a random fact, though.
Dylan
Yeah.
finds himself, as the sun goes down, standing behind the temple to Vespera, because Sandra told him to meet him there. And out of the back runs Julie in a lovely pink dress that you don't know where that's come from, but you've never seen her look that good. Usually she wears borderline
Whatever.
rags that you met her in. She doesn't seem to like to dress up. She in fact doesn't look happy to be in this. And from behind her comes Sandra in a full cowl, sneaking out the back entrance.
Well, you both look lovely.
Shut up, let's go.
By the way, I'm
I
wearing
said shut up, let's go.
I'm wearing a cowl so they can't see my neck down.
Oh, good.
My old one.
And she shuffles just like, Gremlin said I couldn't go. I'm going anyway, I don't care.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna get my ass kicked for this, but worth it. Alright.
And Bruce is leaving the elf that he got his clothing re-dyed by. And this elf, when he shows up, the door is open, just a crack, with a note saying, "It's done. It's on the counter." And you go in there and you can just hear the sound of an elf snoring loudly in the back room.
So my first question is, are the colors vibrant?
There are no questions because you narrate this.
Bruce picks up his shit and leaves.
What type of shit does Bruce pick up?
The vibrant kind.
Okay.
I'll explain it when I get there.
Okay.
Which is what I thought we were doing
Yes.
initially.
Bob is leaving his home. And he is meeting about a mile down the road where he's told the Dwarven contingent will be meeting, heading down Trade Street. They're going to be marching right down the friggin' middle. Because if you head down Market and turn right on High Street, it takes you straight to the castle.
They
So
enjoy
Bob-
High Street.
We know.
Bob steps out into the lantern light, be it early evening. Resplendent.
Well,
When we get there.
we're all going to describe in order.
Okay.
At the front. At the front.
No, it's fine. Just
Alright,
cut
very
there.
nice.
Steps out in the lantern light.
Yeah, steps out in the
Resplendent.
lantern light, resplendent.
Good enough.
Yes.
I head towards the doors.
Yes.
Very good.
Roy, stepping out of the tinderbox.
Very black.
We're out in front. Mullion is waiting.
What color black does Mullion wear?
You dig the digs?
Do you got your arm?
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
Thanks. Not too bad yourself. Let's get it going.
Yep. And you guys all kind of meet in front of the castle. Bot kind of pulling up the rear with the dwarves because they've got a retinue. It takes a little longer to move through town.
And we're dwarves.
And first stepping through the gates to the city, or the castle gates into the main courtyard, steps. Let's say Dylan.
So Dylan's long taken off his cloak and finished the makeup on his face. While he had a second, he was kind of rushed. So
Like while you're walking, or finishing it up.
because the makeup on the eyes are actually the easiest part for him. He does it by memory. And Dylan has cut his own hair to have a very nice regal haircut, very short.
You said you made those rolls earlier?
Yes.
What were those rolls?
Naturally, they were a 15, a 16, and an 18.
And that's makeup, hair, clothes?
Makeup, hair, and the clothes. Since I got the black button up, I didn't have to edit the clothes.
Okay.
I'm wearing fairly decent pants, which have been painted in accordance with the body paint that I've covered my waist up with.
Okay.
They are the body paint itself is mostly covered by a black button-up shirt that is unbuttoned, because on the chest is the picture of the Griffin with its claws up towards the shoulders, wings spread out across his rib cage, and his head near just below the throat area. His eyes are completely black with a line coming across the base of the eyes towards the side of his head. And he has made essentially the background, which encompasses his back, which Sandra had to help him a little bit with in certain areas because it's been a while and he lost some flexibility.
That's fun.
Which is basically a mixture of green and black. And
Different Port Pride.
yeah, exactly. And he has essentially, with his black hair, made himself very Griffinport.
I got it when you said Griffinport Griffin like 4 times. Yeah, Griffinport Pride for the win.
Griffinport High School rules!
Yeah.
Royal rules!
Fuck yeah! Football!
Griffinport Griffins for the win!
Yeah, Dylan totally plays football. He would die in the first tackle.
I feel like Dylan's more of a
Soccer. Definitely soccer.
That's football.
I think you're more of a.
World Cup.
I mean, you grew up a wizard.
Topical.
You're probably more of a
Softball.
Quidditch player.
Quidditch. Okay.
I don't know what sport he plays.
Cricket. I think you played cricket.
You kind of look like a fly.
He plays badminton.
It's good when I do it.
He loves to play with the cock. Okay. Followed
He likes to shuttle it around.
by
Yeah.
Roy. Oh, sorry. Sandra, next to Dylan. Standing resplendent in, normally they have the muted red, and it's like a salmony, like pinkish color that I always describe. It's like a muted tone. She's wearing full-on red.
Wow.
Like, hi, my name's Sexy Red, with high heels. It's like if Jessica Rabbit was a little more into ruffles.
I'll just, as I notice her
And she, like, the last block, she's been undoing the cowl and, like, taking things off and stuffing it into her purse, which, at this point, you're assuming is some sort of bag of holding.
yeah. I'm gonna look at her, nod my head, and say, "You look very beautiful tonight."
I know. Thank you, though.
All right.
I mean, you picked the confident one.
Damn me and my desire for strong, independent women. And darn me for being a strong,
She took the
independent
compliment. She thanked you for it.
woman. None for me, but anyways. I'm not.
Oh dear, you look good too.
Yeah, I'm not strong and confident though. So let's just.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're just.
No, let's just move past the empty silence. Anyways,
Julie goes. Yeah, you guys both look ridiculous.
nice pink.
You should talk short stuff.
Says Roy.
Hot.
Says Roy, following up behind. And how's Roy dressed?
Roy. So you know Anakin Skywalker in Revenge of the Sith?
When he's crying.
That black garb?
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of a midnight blue.
Ooh.
He got a color.
Outlined. I didn't pick this, Kendra did. Outlined.
Kendra pushed for Midnight Blue. She talked him down to Midnight Blue.
Outlined in silver.
Ooh.
And along with it, since we are nowhere near Orktown, I've got my Cloak of Elvenkind wrapped around as well, which is black on the outside. So, you know, I had to get that black in there.
Mm-hmm.
Silver underneath.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're cutting quite the figure, by the way, in all this snow, which is getting heavier and heavier.
Yes. Oh, and obviously my obsidian scar. Because, goddammit, it's snowing. It's spring. What the fuck?
Alright?
I chose a very bold move going shirtless.
You
Basically.
did, it's very
A
nipple.
very bold move or very
Nipples are like
I forgot,
diamonds.
I forgot to mention the boots, which have illusion magic on them, look like they have gilded laurels wrapped around them,
Okay.
and are green.
Sort of a Hermes look.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Mullion,
I forgot.
cutting a much different figure next to Roy. Like, opposite in nearly every way. Roy, I'm assuming, is pale? Or is he...
Tan.
Tanned. I mean, Mullion's green. About 3 times the height. And did not get dressed up. He's in his studded leather.
You're just fucking
He looked like he
shit.
polished his studs. That's about it.
Took some rub and buff over the top of it and let
Yeah, he shined his shoes and he polished his studs.
I noticed.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he knows. You recognize what he would do, and
There's a lot of studs. You've got to polish each one.
yeah. That being said, now that it's polished, you realize that his studded leather it's nice. Like it's a dark brown, like almost black, dark brown, and the studs are they're almost glittering. You're guessing mithril.
I mean, I wouldn't guess. Probably Bob, though, because I wouldn't know shit.
Bob would just go mithril.
Yeah, in fact, Bop, following up behind.
It's like, dude, your stuff is shiny.
Yes, Bop clomps forward in what looks like impressively filigreed steel armor, but on closer inspection is actually silver and gold. The panels on the armor depict certain feats from the history of Bop and Bop's family.
So
If you
very
know the-
tiny. Because
Yes.
there's a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's
Tiny
like I said,
frescoes.
filigree.
Yeah.
So you're talking about into an inch. There's a dwarven figure perfectly arranged.
All arranged in silver and gold, right? Okay.
You're like a plate mail Maui.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a good way of doing it.
Yeah, the plate mail Maui from fucking... yeah, people know Disney.
I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay, if it's a reference I make, either no one gets it or everyone knows it.
Everyone gets it.
No point
Yeah,
explaining it
that's
either
true.
way.
I forgot that was like the newest big fucking awesome thing. I liked it too. Which
Not
is
true. Incredibles 2 was knocked it out of the park. But, moving on.
Yeah, they really did. Next
Really, I
to
heard
Bop
it was terrible.
is well, you guys probably can't tell the difference, but it's
The dwarves.
it's a stream of dwarves. Next to Bop, they're walking 4 abreast. It is a very regal, and where Bop is in silver and gold, this person is. So none of you have seen Electrum before, or most likely like Mithril, the very expensive metals. No one's seen Electrum. You didn't know that metal could glow. Dylan, you see that medal, and there's this back of your mind. You think, I might have seen that. That looks vaguely familiar.
I'm sorry. Why the hell would I look at dwarves when I got Sandra walking next to me? What the fuck are you thinking?
Alright.
Well, it is
Because the only thing glowing as bright as she is the electrum.
Fuck, God damn it, what's that in my... Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough.
What the fuck? I think
Yeah, basically a similar outfit, but in much more pricey metal than silver and gold, if you can imagine that. It's essentially electrum, mithril, and adamantium make up his armor. And he moves and not a single sound comes off the plate. And he stands forward, and next to him is what you're guessing is a female dwarf. But it's hard to tell because there's a beard.
I assume it's lovely.
It is the softest downy hair.
Oh no, he just got new hair for his beard?
No,
Wow.
much softer.
Wow.
That's how you tell a female.
Mm-hmm.
And next to Bop is another dwarf. And another female that you think, not knowing much about dwarves, I wouldn't guess. And Bop said, or the dwarf next to Bop says, "Introduce us."
Ah, my lady.
These are your friends, correct?
Acquaintances. No, all in
this,
dwarven.
this is the thing.
Oh,
Introduce
I thought
me.
this was the-
No. The Thane is next
This
to
is
you with
the
his
thing.
name.
Okay, got it. My thing. This is a rapscallion without equal. If there is a sticky situation, he can get himself into it and out of it.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Pleasure to
Wait.
meet you, Rapscallion.
Wait
Yes.
for it.
He shakes Roy's hand heartily.
I'm a little disappointed because I know I'm next, so I just wait.
This
Excuse me, who's the orc?
That's my buddy.
We've skipped him.
Is he an orc or a half orc?
He does not make a differentiation.
it's like that is someone even maybe more talented than him. Time will tell.
Truly, okay.
I'll
He
allow
shakes
that.
Mullion's hand.
I'll allow that.
Well, clearly he comes dressed for the occasion because he has armor and shiny buttons. This here, with women to both sides of him, it happens far too often.
Who are you pointing at, Strong? For people who can't see who
This
you're
is
pointing at.
I'm pointing at Dylan.
I mean, he's the only one who brought a female date.
I know. I'm just trying to beat
Who has
Strana.
two females with him.
I'm trying to beat
I
Strana
mean,
with
I can't
habit.
when it want to.
This man here finds the most interesting ways out of conundrums that you would never expect. He's called...
This is the noble man you spoke of, the one who saved many lives.
Yes. They call him Dylan.
Hi, pleasure to meet you.
It's good to meet you, Dylan. I understand that you are a man who does not crack under pressure.
That's a good way to put it, yeah. Stubborn, also, is another way.
We like stubborn.
Nice to meet you.
Don't let him fool you.
May I have your name?
This is the Thane.
He glances at Bob and he just sort of waits. Do you
This
need
is
because
the-
I saved it.
Yeah, can you pull it up?
Yeah,
Because it's long.
Whip it out.
It's long,
Whip it
man.
out.
Oh god. Why did I ask?
You asked.
I mean, Dylan wants to know, but Randall's like, oh
Try not to
god.
read around.
Okay. This is the Thane, Strachok Wormall, Thane of the Shimmering Peaks, Guardian of the Deeps, Provider of Hollow's Gar, Master over the Anvils, High Shield of Tordor, and Watcher of Elven Pedantry.
Ah, I was about to ask.
And hungry.
I put my hand up. Nice to meet you, Thane.
Call me Strokestrike.
What?
Can you say it?
Come on, I'm a human. I'm not that good with Dwarvish.
Call me Stroke.
Stroke?
Yes.
I can do that one.
Stroke?
Stroke.
Stroke?
Can you say... Close enough.
Nice
They
to
really
meet you.
can't do it, can they? It's ridiculous.
Nice to meet you, Stroke.
It's nice to meet you too, Dylan.
It's a pleasure, Stroke.
There's one more, correct?
Yes, and standing head over
As
shoulder.
Bruce finally
Bruce
shows
comes up to the rear, and the colors he is wearing cuts through the evening snow like the rays of light on a sunrise. It is the most vibrant, nearly painfully vibrant colors that you can dye a fabric.
Chartreuse.
Most of the fabric
Neon
is long strips that have been braided and knotted, hanging down in the form of some very vacant vestments. His bandage is still showing through. The dim light from torches and the moonlight reflecting off of the chartreuse greens, neon oranges, violent purples, and reflecting on his skin. His hair, normally pulled back into a ponytail, has been raised into a spiked mohawk in the front that forks on either side, and then pulls back into a single line of hair down the back of his head, standing several inches tall. And he carries with him a 10-foot long stick with a crook on the end, wound in brightly colored fabric as well.
So how tall is your mohawk now that it's spiked?
About a foot.
Jesus. Someone turn on SLC Punk.
That's not.
We just
no,
did.
If we go to 3 feet, 3 feet.
3 feet of mohawk? Nah, man.
He's an old man. Hair gets thinner.
Oh, it hangs down his back.
Yeah.
The mohawk's only about a foot tall, but the rest of the hair does hang down his back.
Bruce, I feel like I need to put on the opposite of my goggles of night.
I'm glad I didn't
Probably.
bring mine.
And this must be Bruce.
Yes.
Yes.
He is a fisherman without equal. Although quite humble.
I'm a fisherman.
Suffice to say, the feast by and large is provided by that man.
Not
Well,
true.
I
Not
caught
true.
it.
There seems to be a debate.
It
Like I
was a
said.
mutual effort.
I cannot
I'll
wait to
accept
hear
that.
the story, but I believe the king is waiting. Let us move deeper. It is cold.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you weren't wearing... I thought that was paint.
Bruce
As you guys
looks
shuffle forward.
down at Damon, who is completely topless, as opposed to Bruce,
Well, I have a
who is
unbuttoned button up.
mostly topless. Damon, I think they're gonna confiscate your nipples at the door.
Uh,
No,
but
You do look rather sharp.
I'm proficient with daggers. It's on my sheet.
That's why they're going to need to confiscate him. All right. So you guys get to the door where there's a lot of other people who have who shuffled in, and it looks like there may have been some sort of party earlier. And at the door, you see this one of the many scribes or chamberlains or whatever that you've always seen. That just sort of run all the errands around the place the few times you've been there, and he's standing there with this king. And Roland is standing there, despite the cold. He's got a big blanket over himself, and he's got this big, stupid, shit-eating grin on his face. Because next to the Chamberlain is this large box. And the Chamberlain has said, now, you are coming to the party. You actually are mostly late. The party's ending, but you guys got private invitations to the dinner. And the king's like, yeah. I didn't think that you guys would, Okay, oh shit. Did you remember how the king sounded?
Oh.
Old.
Get out of here.
He's a sick guy.
Yeah.
He
was sick, yeah.
he was sick, and he talked... No, it's too much gravel.
Yeah.
No.
Tempted to leave this in.
It was a old...
If you need a
Sick
sec-
man.
If you need a second, hey Bob, I've been meaning to ask, and I may be asking it a bit too loud. I noticed you have a beard now, and you didn't this morning.
Hey, Roy.
And I'm
Hey,
just kinda-
Roy.
Yeah.
Roy.
Yeah.
You know those questions that make enemies out of people, and there's a dangerous enemy that has sleep spells? Don't do this. I already have someone as an enemy that's like that.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
Looks good, Bob.
You look
Looks
great.
good.
Yeah,
I
actually,
look
you
at
did
Bob.
miss out the description of your beard. You did not describe your beard.
This is true, but we also kind of described
Real quick though, I look at Bob and go, gotcha. He was nice in the introduction.
And I basically do a frown, wondering stare, then a slight smile and a nod.
Okay. So yeah, he's like, I didn't want you to come to the party. I didn't think you'd know with the nobles. It's no fun. The dinner's much better. Oh, private friends only. I can't stay out here long, but I couldn't miss this. Chamberlain, go do your thing. And the king has prepared a surprise because he didn't want you to know, but this is a masquerade.
Looks down at my shirtlessness like, what was Okay.
And the Chamberlain looks like super embarrassed. Like, and the King's like, yes, you're going to hide your faces so no one knows who you are.
Looks around at all of us.
The Chamberlain, like, makes eye contact with you and nods.
I'm gonna look at the Chamberlain and go, and nod back. With
And he just sort of shakes his head and nods. And he's like, and the Chamberlain opens up the chest, and it's a box full of masks. And you have the option to choose a mask from the box.
Oh my.
But the King very much wants to pick masks for you.
Your Highness, please pick my mask for me.
Ah, yes. What was your name again?
Dylan.
Dylan.
No house. It's been a long time.
Oh, okay. That doesn't surprise me.
Me and my parents don't
So he
talk.
reaches in and he's like, "Oh, I liked this one. I just think it'll go really well with your outfit." And he pulls out this mask, and it's very amazingly made leather mask, and it's like half devil, half angel. And and not like the face of a devil or face of an angel. It is literally like two figures intertwined, and like sort of almost like they're fighting or embracing, and it's hard to tell. And he hands you the mask. Is like, this is an amazing mask, and I thought you'd appreciate it.
I kind of look at it, smile a little bit.
And oddly enough, colors match.
Does Sandra say anything?
Sandra says nothing at all. No.
I look at Sandra, smile a little bit, chuckle and go, "This is a delightful mask. Thank you, Your Highness."
And then he turns and he finds and something beautiful for the maiden, and he gives a doll mask to Julie. It's like a porcelain doll. It's actually kind of creepy.
I look at Julia like, you can mess with so many people with that.
I know.
Can we?
Right?
I mean, looks at Sandra. We shouldn't do that.
We shouldn't do that.
God, Julie.
As Sandra gets it's a pretty woman mask. It's the typical masquerade feathery.
Red.
Feathery
Red,
eye cover.
yes.
Red
Red.
with feathers.
You said Pretty Woman, and I thought Julia Roberts. So
Okay, yeah, she
that's
just
where my
gives
head's
her
at,
Julia
so,
Roberts' face.
Gross.
How'd you get here? Is this Ocean movies? Which one is it? 12?
Who's next? And the King's like stupid excited. You, the dwarves.
Yeah.
A lot of dwarves.
Yes.
Well, did you like choose, or can I pick?
Oh, best for you to pick, I believe.
All right. He goes, you, one of Bruce. Oh, and he changes his mind. It's obvious that he wants to like cater to Bruce and you guys, but he turns to the Thane and he goes, "My apologies, Thane." And he pulls out a I had one specially made for you, and it's basically just a dwarven face done in full leather, like humongous,
Could almost
over
look
the top.
like masonry, almost.
Yeah, like, and he hands it to him. Was like, I had special care I put into it, and the Thane takes it, thanks him. He gives 2 masks to the ladies, and then he turns to you and he's like, I think this one will suit you. And he pulls out a mask that is silver in color, and it is a frowning mole.
You ever see something so fitting?
Yeah, 2 minutes ago when he gave you yours.
Shit. Fair play over there, Brucey.
It's just great water.
And then he turns to Roy and Molian, and he's, would you like to choose?
I'll leave it up to you, but I have one request.
Yes.
Something black.
And he goes, well, you're kind of tying my hands here, and he pulls out a black raven mask. It's kind of cliche, but...
No, I dig.
He hands you a black raven mask, and then he turns to Mullion, and he kind of looks at him, and he goes, and he reaches down, and Mullion goes, and he reaches in, and he pulls out a mask. He pulls it out, and he puts it on his face, and it's just a full covering brown mask, almost like it's a
Featureless.
Almost
Yeah,
like,
it's a featureless.
almost like the mask.
Yes, like the mask before it goes on the
Yes,
face. Yes,
yes.
exactly.
No,
That's what it
Mulligan's not doing a twister and turning into Jim Carrey, right?
No, because he
Okay.
started out green.
Oh, okay. Opposite
He's
effect.
gonna turn into a white guy.
A very demure
I'll tell you,
white
more
guy.
horrifying.
All right, and Bruce, I got something that I thought would match who you are, unless you want to choose. But
Is it also?
I am at your discretion.
Is
it
it
was
a
like
brownie
I wanted to
fish?
pick something that embodied your prowess as a fisherman, seeing as you fed us all. And he pulls out this
Do I get to
very
where the orca's head?
no. Sadly, we used it as a centerpiece.
Oh.
trophy.
I want
Both.
to eat it.
And he reaches down and he pulls out this very large gray walrus mask.
I'm so happy.
I like it.
Never caught one of these.
And it's even been split just enough so that the mohawk is not infringed.
It's good because Bruce is about to pull out his knife and correct it.
Nope, it's ready. King knew what he's doing.
I bet I could catch one.
Thank you. Thank you,
I caught one.
King Roland.
You've caught an orca.
No.
A walrus.
Could
Oh.
too. Actually, I caught
Long,
I mean, I don't believe they're actually around here.
a crab.
long live the king. He gets 7 temporary hit points.
Bruce. Thank you.
Every time.
Thank you, Bruce.
Guy.
And he says, okay, fuck this cold. Let's go inside. And he shuffles everybody in.
Thank you.
Yeah, King, it's kind of cool.
Dear Lord, you are...
You said interesting.
It is. You all look amazing. And they shuffle you through, and there's this party going on, and everybody's kind of like jealously watching you get shuffled through the party and out the back of the party toward the main dinner hall.
I look at Julie.
Large dwarven interruption.
Well, large, there's 6 of you.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's a small dinner. You're heading to a small dinner. The king was not allowed more than 6. There's you, your date, your king, your date,
It's
2
like
guards.
6 out of 30. It's
Yeah, you
by
are. You
proportion,
make
it's
yeah.
big.
You make a substantial chunk.
I look at Julie like, hey, we're at the top now. They're below us. And then I look at Sandra. Not funny, Julie.
I don't know. I think you're more of a bottom.
Actually,
Wow.
you'd be very surprised.
Bruce walks up behind.
I don't think anyone will be
Dylan.
surprised by your habits anymore.
Damn straight.
Okay. So you guys are walking through, and Mulligan is next to Roy, and you guys both have your masks on, and you notice that not only do the guests have masks, but so do all the waiters. And Mulligan, while you guys are walking, just pushes you out of line, right into some dancing, like through a group of dance, and just sort of deftly, you guys disappear.
Dude, if you want to dance, you could just ask.
Nah, and he nudges you and he looks at the waiters, who are also in masks.
Yeah.
You know that those guys are going to be able to go anywhere and do anything they want all night?
They got different masks, right? Are they all wearing the same kind of mask?
Yeah.
No. Outside with you.
Nope.
That does not work.
Nope.
I know.
Not at all.
I mean, suppose we could obtain a couple of those.
Yeah, he just nods and smiles.
Let's go.
At least you think he smiles. You can't tell.
I can't wait to see the halfling later.
There's all mixed races doing
Oh,
the
okay.
waiting. So he particularly nods at a very tall man next to a halfling who are carrying a couple of trays into a back room.
Shall we?
Yeah, roll stealth.
My boy. 18.
Yeah, right along with you. And you guys just sort of put your backs to this door and kick it open and duck in. You guys continue on to the main dinner. You guys make it into the big hall, and there's this very large U-shaped table. It's almost a square with one end missing, and the chairs are only lined on the outside edge. And you can see waiters coming out of a back room or a room on the other side, loading this table with everything. They're doing the final touches on dinner. You are seated by the chamberlains. The king is seated first, right at the head of the table, as you would imagine. The deuce is already there. Standing behind the deuce is Brandon, and the deuce is on the king's right. On the left of the king, there are two other people who have not been introduced to. One seems to be a young, half-elven woman next to a very old human man, both wearing robes and with staves leaning against the table next to them. As you... what are you pointing at?
Just keep going.
Okay.
We'll get back. We'll get to my comment.
So yeah, Bruce, you are ushered in and sat right next to the deuce, two seats away from the king.
Bruce is walking with a static intimidate check of 11.
Okay.
Ever since the front door,
mohawk outfit, yeah.
And he still has
Roll that again.
Fairly fresh bandages.
Roll that again. Take the better one.
15.
There you go. Yeah. And then on the edge of Bruce is an empty seat. Bruce did not bring a +1. Then you turn the corner, and there's another empty seat. And another, and another, and another. And then there's a young man in shiny gold full plate who's sort of sitting there, he looks vaguely bored. And next to him is a man who's obviously a noble of some kind sitting next to a very extravagantly dressed dame. A very beautiful woman in dark clothing. Dylan, you are moved to the left, turning the corner on the other side of the table, right next to the old man with the staff.
I just nod to him as
and next to you is sat Sandra. And at this point, the Chamberlain looks at Julie and he goes, I was not expecting a child.
What?
It's fine. We'll have another seat. And he just snaps his fingers, and a small, booster chair seat thing is pretty much set up between you and Sandra.
Finger guns to Julie.
And Julie's finger guns back. You still a loser.
Next Steamboat Willie walk.
Next to Sandra, they sit Struckvik, the Dwarven King, and his date. And then you, Bop, and your date. And standing on either side of Struckvik and his date are the Dwarven guards. The guards don't seem to have seats. They're just there, much like Brandon is standing behind the king. Brandon and one other guard that you've never seen before. Finally, there are two empty seats. One of them has a note saying Bruce's +1s, or Bruce's friends. And the Chamberlain is sitting there going with his fingers, counting. And then he kind of shakes his head like, okay. And continues seating everyone.
Dylan takes a mental note. Mother?
Bruce takes his +1 out of his bag and sets it solidly on the table next to him.
What?
What?
It is an old frosted bottle, broken on the top, with a cork crammed into it, and as far as anyone can tell, full of water.
Grey water.
Not everything is grey water.
No.
Alright.
It fooled me.
Alright.
So yeah, as you guys all get seated, and the king sits, he's standing, and as he sits, you are all allowed to sit.
I sit.
Bruce, I do feel we missed out on something. Did you describe your codpiece?
You can't see it at the moment.
Okay. Is it held by...
It's under the
it bulges?
tattered skirt.
I realized that this was a potentially horrifying miscalculation that we may have skipped over. So we're good.
No, it's
good to hear we're fine.
It's concealed. It's not like the late Venetian cod pieces that stand up to your nipple line.
And they're here.
And they have
And
a
they're all in the
head
front.
and eyeballs.
And they're all in the
yeah,
front.
no, it is a protective garment.
Got it. Okay. Just a weird bulge underneath the loincloth.
Yeah.
Got it.
I don't want to think about it. I didn't look.
You're gonna think about it. So you guys all sit down and you're seated, and they start serving the food. The Chamberlain goes around and he whispers in everybody's ear very quietly as you're all starting to take your seats. He's like, I'm going to announce you in order. How would you like to be announced?
I'll lean back and say, just Dylan's fine. From the City Watch.
That's it?
Look to Sandra and go, do I have anything else?
You could say of Griffinport.
Go with that one. She's smarter than me.
Dylan of Griffinport. Got it.
My instat's real low.
Okay.
My stats really
I had to get charisma, and now I'm a rogue. It's really weird.
And then he goes to, he talks to the king, he talks to the women, and not to be insulting to these women, but they're not, none of these side characters are important. He comes to you. How would you like to be announced?
So, as Bobadopoulos of the Delvin Homes.
Bobadopoulos of the Delvin Homes. He comes to the end of the table where there's supposed to be two more, and he gets confused again, and then he goes back.
I just quietly go.
And he cuts around, and he speaks to the other two. He finally comes to Bruce. How would you like to be introduced?
I'm Bruce, the Goliath of Griffinport, I guess.
I mean, you're the only one.
Yes, that'll work.
Yeah.
Everyone knows you.
When do we eat?
When the king does.
That's soon, though, right?
It will be when he eats. Yes.
Okay. Good.
He's never one to wait.
Good man.
And then he goes and he skips the first, 4 empty seats, and he goes and he talks to the man in golden armor and the man at the very end in his state. And then he comes around to the front, and the king waves him to continue, very impatiently. The king looks at you, he's like, me too.
No. Yes.
And the chamberlain says, welcome everyone to dinner at the king's castle. Your food is provided by a man who I will announce. I think I will add that to his title, even though he told me not to. And he starts with the edge, and he says, the woman on the left is Kilrin Belen. She is the date to Duke of Darren Simon of the Southern City. Next to them are people running late, but the king says it is okay. I will announce them when they arrive. And then our provider for the night is Bruce, the Goliath of Griffinport, provider of this fine meal of killer whale, which he nobly caught and slayed before our king's very eyes.
It was a community effort.
What?
Nothing.
Yes. And then he's like, and Robert, the king's brother, and king in standing, and Roland, high king, and Roland waves off anything else he's gonna say.
Long live the king.
Can you do it twice?
I can do it 4 times.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
he just uses a superiority die.
He gets 4 more temporary
okay.
HP.
Very healthy.
Right.
Color is returning to his cheeks.
Hey man, he's been looking rough for 21 episodes.
Next to the king is Headmistress Starr of the Mages College. And beside her is High Archmage and Headmaster Horizon of the Mages College. Next to them is Dylan of Griffinport, a good friend of Bruce the Goliath. Beside Dylan is the young Julie and beautiful Sandra Delmain. No mention of the sisterhood.
I'm just gonna look at Sandra and go,
So, roll perception checks.
I'm just gonna look at Sandra real quick and go, see, you didn't compliment me, and now no one's complimenting me. This took hours.
I do not notice much.
Let me check.
Bob notices nothing.
20.
I won't say that.
11.
I got 11.
Yeah, you everybody who got an 11 it's enough. It's fairly obvious. The Duke at the other end of the table, very uncomfortable after seeing her and hearing her name together. The Brandon also very uncomfortable seeing her, and who else? In this particular setup that I ended up
And the
going
lady
with.
at the end of the table.
You know, Sandra, usually I only have this effect on people.
Oh, I imagine that this is where I'm going to have a lot of fun.
You are very pretty tonight.
I know. You too, dear.
No. Never compliment me now. It feels hollow.
She grabs your hand underneath and like gives you a firm, like reassuring squeeze.
Small smile.
The Chamberlain continues, and he says, next to them is Thane Shrukhuk Warmal, Thane of the Shimmering Peaks, Guardian before the Deeps, Provider of Hallows Gar, Master over the Anvils and High Shield of Tordor, Watcher of Elven Pedantry.
I like that last one the most. I'm gonna look at the thing and just give a thumbs up.
You gotta watch that Elven Pedantry.
I do not disagree. There is a sister at the church, and I gotta watch out.
Yeah, so, and then he announces the women, and he announces, and Papadopoulos of Griffinport, and what else? And Papadopoulos of Delversholm. Delvenholm? All the dwarves echo, Delvenholm!
I just kind of get real triggered. Yeah, that's a lot of voices now. That's a lot of sleep spells.
And then he sort of takes a step back, and with that, dinner is served as a host of servants come marching in, carrying plate upon plate upon plate upon plate of delicious-looking food, and they just start stacking it in front of everyone. Two of them are among them. That's all I'll say about it.
Feel I should. I can't.
Make a performance check.
You'd have to make a spot check yourself, because they have full masks and outfits on.
Insight?
No.
Perception?
Perception.
Okay.
Maybe given enough time and insight, if you watch them long enough.
Oh, fuck a duck. 19 naturally, that's 23 perception.
Anybody else?
23.
Because I noted they were missing earlier. And
I know.
was like, motherfuckers.
Bruce
No, 24, sorry.
gives no shits.
24.
There's food to be eaten
Done.
and drink to be drunk.
So all those numbers are bullshit, because you get to roll against them.
Yeah,
What am I
beat by
rolling?
0, bitch.
What am I rolling?
Deception?
Yeah. Deception.
I feel deception.
Self-disguise.
I know he doesn't
I would
have
take...
deception.
No, it's not really stealth so much as a disguise.
Disguise.
I will give you your choice of deception or disguise for this.
Well, deception and disguise are the same thing.
Are they?
Yeah.
They are the same thing.
Okay.
Deception or stealth.
Okay,
I would
yeah,
say
I'll give you
stealth
your choice. Actually, no, it's not stealth. You're right there. Basically, it's about not performance,
Performance, yes.
I would say deception still.
deception or performance,
Yeah.
either one.
Can you deceptively perform?
16.
Alright, so everyone who rolled higher than a 16, you do notice,
Like just when my eyes go, Roy.
like you see one who you're pretty sure is Roy.
As Roy, I assume, is putting food down near me, I go, wow. As Roy goes down to put food near me, because eventually he's a waiter, he's going to make a play, I'm just going to go, if you pull anything, I'm going to get out of this seat and call you on it. And then I just keep looking forward.
As I walk by, I can say, you can pull this.
Alright, so dinner begins. And, as you guys are eating and just nomming,
So there I was.
at what rate are y'all just stuffing your faces?
It is.
I was going to say dwarven rate, which means there's more mead.
More meat involved. Yes, the dwarves are. They begin
Stacking
their
the
meal.
tankards.
They begin their meal by draining a cup.
Tankard. We go. Just bring the ale. Put it there.
They not only do they drain a cup, they toast the king, and they force most of the table to join them.
I do it immediately. I like the kings. I like the king. I like the thame.
And the king
To the king.
is
To
having a
the
great
king.
time.
To the thing. To the thing. To the king. To the
So
thing.
King Roland starts off, and you can tell that he has a soft spot for this half elven woman that's sitting next to him. The one from the he spends a lot of time leaning in and talking to her. He seems to like her. He also keeps leaning over his brother entirely, like ignoring the deuce, and trying to talk to Bruce, who he always catches with his mouth full.
Bruce waited maybe a minute before he gave up on the bullshit game that is his old shaky hands trying to use delicate quartz silverware. At which point, he reaches into his boot, pulls out his utility knife, grabs one of the serving forks off of a plate of meat that goes by, and replaces his cutlery with those.
I actually eat very calmly and with good manners, surprisingly.
As I walk past Dylan again, I say,
My
I know
dwarven manners are impeccable.
yours is really good, I know, because I licked it.
Roy, I'm being nice. Don't make me not be. I'm trying to be nice.
All right, so as you guys are kind of talking shit to each other, you can overhear Horizon arguing with the king. He's kind of gotten a little louder, and he's like, "No, you don't understand. We need more funding for the Mages College. We need to do studies on planar merging. You do not understand. It's a vital threat to not just our kingdom, but the entire world." And the king's like, he's like waving it off, like that's new liberal hooey.
Who said that?
What? Horizon.
I'm going to look at him since he's next to me and go, what do you mean planar merging?
Planar merging. The planes, there's evidence that we've found. I'm glad... Dylan?
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
Do you mean the merging of planes to create gateways in between them? Or
Sort of, because that's a controlled environment that we create. But there are rules, and the boundaries cannot be crossed. But there is evidence showing that the fabric that holds our worlds apart is coming undone. It is snowing in spring. I cannot have more evidence than that.
I mean, if we were able to create a stable portal and from there expanded upon the entire realm shift, we'd be able to create a stable permanent bridge, similar to that of crossing a river.
We don't want a permanent bridge. We don't want those things crossing over. That could be horribly dangerous.
True, but the reinforcement of such magical barriers, we can create a lot of... I mean, creating the barriers will cause just as much damage as them falling apart. Shouldn't we focus more on stabilization with our current environment?
So Horizon gets kind of stalled, and he looks at you, and he's not wearing a mask. Horizon said, "Fuck that." Just so you know, it's just his face. Star just wearing like
A small thin mask.
small black eye mask.
Zorro.
Yeah, similar. And it's actually by paint. It's not even a mask. She just painted it on. But he kind of stalls. He's like, "Did you study at our school?"
Maybe.
You sound familiar.
I get that. But,
And you're very knowledgeable.
planes are something I have a small amount of experience with.
Right, and you two sort of kowtow for a little while and just talk planar merging. He's trying to stress upon you how dangerous and how and people like the nobility aren't listening, and
Well,
that it's going to lead to it. We might not be able to stop it. It's too late.
it's less about stopping and dealing with it.
Yeah, and the king has turned to he's yelling things at the Duke down the way. He's like, "How is the border city of Duran? I understand that things are heating up at the war between Bree and Valeria." And my voice for the king's just all fucking over the place, and there's a completely different hair look on you.
Holy shit, Ryan did a new hairdo.
Yeah, the afro is an amazing thing. You can just be about anything you fucking want.
It's pretty flexible.
Yeah. All right. I'm just all over the place with my king, and it's driving me absolutely nuts.
Yeah,
'cause
the
I'm
healing
getting other
probably
people.
messes up his vocal
There you
cords.
go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's feeling better today. It's
Long
actually
live
not
It's
true.
that
Long live
all
the
the
king.
Bruce's hail the kings.
Yeah, he feels he looks a lot better today
There you go.
than you're used to. And yeah, Bruce has totally healed the king the fuck up. So yeah, and he's like, so he's yelling down to Darren, the Duke. Sorry, Simon, Duke of Darren. And he's Darren, I understand that the war between Bree and Valeria is heating up. Are things still safe in your city? And Darren kind of scratches at his neck. He's like, not really, Your Highness. You're... see, hold on. He's a fat man. The Duke of Darren says, not really, Your Highness. We're a bit nervous. That I don't believe that the war won't carry over the walls soon.
Me and Horizon are having a heated debate.
Heated debate on Planar Merging. Even Struckyark has joined in, actually, because he sits next to you, and he's like leaning over Sandra, and he's talking about it because, as a member of that particular Dwarven city he's from, it's a volcano city. These are volcanic dwarves. They have strong ties to the plains with the Azer, and he's telling you all about this. And he says the Azer say that the planar war going on in the Fae might be affecting us.
Well, it would make sense. The Fae have a lot of natural roots, and their events.
Horizon cuts you off. It's like there's no plane more closely aligned with ours than the Fae. If there are weather patterns causing it, it is the Feywild that I'm worried is blending.
This would probably most likely be the domain of the winter.
Today,
Hopefully, we don't get summer tomorrow.
we might. He says dead serious. And then, all right. So, and
snowshoes.
yeah. So, Roy, you kind of realize that you have full run. If there's anything you'd like to do, you see that Mullion's over, just sort of leaning in over, just through Deuce and Brandon, and you just see this pocket of this shiny shit just sort of disappear into a back pocket as he drops off a tray of food. And you notice that one of Brandon's daggers is not there anymore.
So I walk over to Mullion. Like, I see you got one of those daggers.
Stay busy. What do you want?
I'm just picking up food. And I'm just like, hey, so, anything I should be grabbing in particular? I don't really know. This is my first kind of snatch
Pick
and
your
grab.
targets wisely.
It's my first kind of snatch and grab. I don't really know. What's up?
You good at picking pockets?
I could give it a shot.
Choose your targets
Vote
wisely.
of confidence.
He leans over and is like, the mages are not paying attention to anything because they're having a debate.
Oh, I dare you, motherfucker, to try and pick any of their pockets.
Bruce has his eyes
Right on
on
eyes.
specifically Roland for 21.
Just if anybody tries to pick their king's pocket.
If anybody tries to fuck with the king.
Okay. Brandon is also doing that exact thing because he's right behind the king. Brandon and the Deuce. He's guarding them both. Brandon does lean forward and he's like, Your Highness, I was told that I could normally not speak during such an event, but I did want to address the thing you promised. And the king goes, oh, yes, Brandon, my trusted guard, yes, by all means. He says, and he stands up, and the king says, my commander of the palace guard wishes you all to know that soon I will be erecting a statue in the square in front of the Church of Newman. And in that statue, there will be the savior of the city, because recently we came under attack. And a man saved us and many people who would have been grievously harmed. We don't know what their goal was. We don't know where it would have been. The Church of Newman has dedicated the space before their place for this wonderful hero. A good friend of Brandon's, William Dimitri, who saved hundreds of lives.
Bruce claps.
I clap too.
He's not sure what's going on, but he claps because it sounds like the appropriate time to do so.
And Brandon kind of like wipes at the corner of his eye. And when you clap and you and Bruce both clap, he kind of gives you guys really dirty looks.
He's a great man.
And
Dwarf cheers.
yeah, the dwarves. Everybody's kind of cheering. It's a great thing. Yeah, if you're in the
guys
city,
are just-
fuck yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's you know,
He gives me a dirty look, and I just kind of
yeah.
hi.
Bruce maintains uncomfortable eye contact and just keeps clapping. Bruce makes sure to be the last clap.
And he does not look away from you guys until you stop clapping. But he's not happy that you're clapping.
I just give him like, what's up, bro?
What did I do to you, bro?
I'm
Yeah.
new in town.
All right.
Oh, I'm very happy.
I'm very happy too.
I'm very natural 20 happy.
So Sandra, while you guys are clapping, she goes, "Excuse me, dear," and she kind of walks around, and you see her go over to the Duke of Duran and whisper some shit in his ear, and you watch him immediately begin sweating. And the woman next to him, gives Sandra this just hateful fucking look,
If I could love.
and she comes back and she sits down with this very self-satisfied look on her face.
I give her a squeeze.
Shit-eating grin.
I give her a squeeze on her hand and lean in. Can I get to know what that was about?
Just securing donations for the church, dear.
Please tell me.
Later.
I'm so excited.
And
I'm not in trouble for once.
Do I hear shit out of that with a 20?
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You hear it.
Yeah, I'm just leaning in and talking to her.
Yeah, so she's
Oh, no, I was
she's
gonna
like
say her-
looking at him while talking to you,
Sandra's
and he's
conversation.
Oh, that's a cross.
oh no, that's
Oh,
way
okay.
too. It's a big fuck. Do you see this? This
Yeah.
is the size.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and it was a whisper. So no.
Oh.
All
I
right.
mean, I can't
So
read human
at
lips.
about this time, two more people enter from the back room, and the Chamberlain announces them as they enter. Two of our late arrivals. What the fuck? Okay. Two of our late arrivals. Krieg, exalted first fist of Newman. As a dwarf. In similar armor to the young man that's sitting down already. Comes in, but way more over the top. Way meaner looking. Like, this armor is shiny and gold, but made to intimidate. There's like spike. It's almost as if like a Mordor armor, like the Witch King's armor, was made out of gold, so it gives it a kind of different feel. And behind him strides a tall man, dressed in priest robes, and Krieg wears no mask. The man behind him wears a golden sunburst on his face. And Karnak Tal Opal, true hand of Newman. And they come in, and they sit at their stations. And the king goes, "Where is Commander Bennett? Where is the commander of my armies? I told him he should come. He told me he was coming with you." And Karnak speaks up. He said he was running late. He's trying to get his wife to join us. I guess she's still not feeling well. And the king goes, "Ah, yes, I understand that the loss of their son hit her hard." And Krieg doesn't say crap. He's kind of at first it looks like he's going to stand back like a guard, and then he realizes that the seat is actually for him, and he sits down. And Daedalus and Krieg are kind of whispering, and eventually Daedalus, the one who was announced first, gets up and kind of looks at them, and he's like, and just kind of gives them finger guns and walks around to you guys.
I look at him, right? I can't remember. Sorry.
Daedalus?
Yeah, Daedalus.
Yes.
And I look at them as they come around to me. Finger guns.
Finger guns. I knew it. Yeah, and he calls over one of the waiters and he's like, "Chair."
Wouldn't pistol crossbows be more appropriate?
Pistol crossbows. Yes, pistol crossbows.
Finger guns.
Finger crossbows.
No.
All right, and he's like, "Hi, name's Daedalus.
Dylan.
Fist of Newman.
Griffinport.
Paladin." Sorry, I thought we were just saying words.
Guard.
Oh! Right on, noble profession. Sorry, those two are stuffy.
I imagine.
Oh, Mitch.
We're currently having a debate about planar merging. Currently, I think I'm right.
Oh. The Horizon is like, no, you're not.
It's okay. You might be wrong about that.
The studies are in. There's no way that this can be disproven. People need to listen.
No, I agree. People need to listen, but your idea towards solving the problem might be wrong.
Yeah. So.
It's hard to swallow. I get it.
And the Deuce pipes up. He's kind of remains silent. It's like, and your ways of solving problems are correct.
I mean, I'm not saying they're correct. I'm saying they're...
You cause damage to city property on the regular. You're known felons.
Who, me?
Bruce. He points over his shoulder to
this is
the
the Deuce that's speaking?
The Deuce, yes.
And I'm like... What?
I don't understand why you invited these people, Roland.
I don't know. Good taste?
And Brandon goes, me either.
How's your face, Brandon?
You don't even know me!
I don't know what you're talking about, Bruce.
Wait, hold on. I just look at the Deuce. You don't even know me.
You came with Bruce. Your
no,
whole life.
I came here because I got an invitation personally.
Yeah, along with Bruce.
I'm a city guard.
So?
Are you saying city guards are lowlifes? Would you
Damon.
like to say that on public record?
Damon.
Who's Damon?
Brandon says, I will.
Okay.
Bruce puts his hand back down, realizing that it's the wrong name.
While they're talking to Brandon,
Okay.
I can't, for the life of me, I can't.
roll a 13 plus 7.
What's wrong with you?
Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand.
On him.
The deuce.
Which pocket? What do you do?
Right pocket. I'm gonna go ahead and bring him a goblet full of whatever the fuck they're drinking.
Full of it's not important.
Full of a big cup of shut the fuck up. No, that's what I want to give him.
So you reach into the right pocket and you pull out just a purse. It's a nice fat purse.
Alright. And I go about, I'm on my way.
Mr. Robert II, King in Standing, I just wish to know how, if you don't know me, and as far as I know, Bruce hasn't broken any laws recently. In fact, I believe it was your palace guard, from what I read, that threw him into the ocean, or vice versa, and he saved them? I can't quite remember. I believe there was a trial, and he was absolved of that, so there are no current standing crimes against him. And you were saying I'm a lowlife when I have just come into your home, invited, and done nothing wrong except have a lovely conversation with the folks here. Would you like to say...
Roland leans over to Deuce. He kind of waves you down, and he says, he is right, Deuce. He is my guest in my castle on my day. I threw this party. You will not insult my guests again.
Your graciousness is too kind, Your Highness.
And the Deuce always waves, always succeeds to his brother, and he kind of gets quiet again. My only point, brother, is that these Bruce and his associates are typically known for causing a ruckus.
I just got into town.
Who are you anyway?
I'm Dylan. I just got a job as a city guard.
You sound familiar.
That's nice.
Horizon is saying, he does sound familiar.
Jesus Christ, I take off my mask. This is what I look like.
It doesn't look familiar.
Exactly.
Horizon goes, yes he does.
Pardon me?
Dylan.
Yeah. We just had this conversation now.
Dylan, you went to school with us.
I went to Mages College for a little while.
Yeah, you studied history.
I did?
Yeah, under me.
I
Yes.
did. Finger guns all around, ending on Dallas.
So Horizon
sack.
kind of starts whispering to you again quietly. Come back to that.
We gotta take a note.
So, King in Standing. Robert, you accuse me of public degeneracy, and you slander my name in front of the king, your brother.
I don't accuse you of anything. You
In his home.
were found guilty by the court.
That is unfortunate. I would like to return this to you. And Bruce pulls out of his satchel the Deuce's lockbox from the bank.
When you go for the thing in the satchel, Brandon immediately puts his elbow on his arm on his sword and his other hand on your elbow.
Bruce doesn't stop. He's moving deliberately. Not quickly, but deliberately.
Okay. You're allowed to pull it up.
He pulls out the lockbox from the noble's safe that has obviously been broken and sets it loudly on the table in front of him. I recovered this for you in my degeneracy. And slides it across the table to the Deuce.
The Deuce stops it and says, I fail to see how you proving that you have stolen from the bank proves that you are not a criminal. This is my private lockbox. It was stolen by thieves.
Which means you know what paperwork resides within.
He opens the box.
Assassins! I warn many of you have been seen lately. Be advised, travel carefully. And Bruce returns to his food.
I wink at Malian.
The king kind of...
I would get you.
The king looks at the Deuce and he looks at Bruce and he says, maybe this conversation should be handled in private.
I believe that would be best. Not with me. I would just merely suggesting that might be.
Yeah, I think you're involved.
I want to talk to Horizon. He knows things. Please. So many episodes.
Let me take stock of where I stand here. Yeah, so the king, the Thane pipes up to interrupt. He's like, this is getting very heated, and I don't want things to devolve before I speak to King Roland of our upcoming deal. I imagine you wanted to do it here, out in the open? And the Thane says, or King Roland says, yes, absolutely. It's no secret. You've already begun work. And the Thane says, yes, my doors have already begun shoring up the side of the mountain that took the blast. I understand that there was much structural damage, far more than even you guessed. We've already begun making sure that the cliffside will remain strong. We've got my best dwarven masons working on it. In return, we require another section of Dwarven District added. We only ask for 5 miles along the edge. And the king says, this seems like barely enough, but yes, we agree. I've already signed all the documents.
And I'm just gonna... I look at Horizon, I go, 5 miles, and then I go... And I just go straight down with my hand, pantomiming 5 miles deep.
Horizon looks, thinks, smiles.
I give a nod to the thing, like, not bad.
And he gives you a nod like, smart guy. Shut up.
Roy walks up to a mage, and I bring some rolls for his nice orca stew there.
I'm watching this motherfucker.
And I roll a 14 plus 7, which is 21.
Do you catch it?
17 plus 4. I think we tie.
What'd you get?
21.
21.
It goes by... What would it go by after that? Would it go... Dex?
24, I see you.
Fuck.
I just go.
Does Bob care?
No. Bob does not care. Bob just notices.
Roll again. Roll it off, guys. That's a tie. That's a hard tie. I can't.
Give me Dex.
Nah. It's not that simple.
That's a nat 1.
Oh shit.
I definitely caught you.
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
how do you react to catching Roy? What'd you go?
Huh?
What'd you go for?
Left pocket.
Okay.
I calmly grab a knife, look at Roy, and look at him and say, think wisely.
You're going to say that
You're going to say that out loud.
Yes.
Across.
And I'll go...
Really?
Molian steps up. He's like, yes, this man's allergic to the shellfish. Come on, stupid.
I brought him bread.
No, there's shellfish mixed in with the bread. Don't you
Yeah,
know?
these are crab cakes.
Come on, man. First day on the job?
Yes.
Oh, alright. No worries then.
Apologies.
Bob just goes. There has to be
These
more
are
of
crab
this
cakes.
beer.
We don't want
There
an
has to be
unfortunate
more of this
accident to
beer.
happen to anybody at the table. As he looks at Dylan.
Give a full smile. And I'd hate for anyone to miss out on an opportunity.
And I go, more dwarven ale, and I see if I can aim the splash.
More Dwarven Ale shows up. A whole trough of it.
Yes.
Horizon, what were you saying though?
And Horizon, yeah, you kind of got distracted, but yeah, Horizon knows you, bro.
Dylan, I accidentally splashed you with some dwarven ale.
Fine with that.
You came to our school. You didn't do great, but you liked history. That's why I know you. I ran the history.
Can I please catch up with you?
Yes, anytime. I'm at the Mage's College.
Oh, okay. Can I just drop by whenever?
Can you prove you're you? Because I believe you're enrolled.
I'm enrolled still?
I don't know. You haven't paid your dues, but so yes, yeah, maybe.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh no, student loans.
Now here's a real question
Student
for you.
loans.
Is good old... What the hell is his name?
Which one?
The dwarven lover.
The Dwarven what?
No, the dwarven lover. The character.
The dwarf that came in.
That always talks to my character.
That would be Quark.
How's Quark doing?
Let me verify that because last time I gave a name I did it fucking wrong. It's Quark. We'll call Quark. I'm probably fucking wrong again, but I think it was right. Yeah.
How's Quark?
Oh, still chasing his silly dreams of becoming a dwarf or something. I don't know. He has asked that I bring him information from the dwarven people because he knew that I would be having dinner with you. So we have that.
Oh, tell him.
So please tell us all about what's going on in each city.
Oh, tell him I'll stop in.
Oh, well, fair enough. And the Thane says, yes, we may need to speak to the Mages College because part of our renovations have demonstrated that there's some sort of conflux coming from beneath the city as well, and we don't know what it is. Weird things have happened, and we've already lost a couple of our miners.
Balls.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, strange things are happening beneath the feet of your city.
So my body paint is currently running because he spilled dwarven ale on me. Like, damn it!
We'll just put cornstarch on it to fix it. Yeah.
That's fair.
So you're either sticky or you're running.
So yeah, and at this point, the final member of dinner arrives. The one that was supposed to arrive with the priest and the Fist of Newman, and it's a man he's wearing a nice noble's outfit, it's all silver, and you can see the edges of a pure white beard peeking around his mask, which is just a simple half like black and white smiling frowning man. And he comes in, and is your mask still off?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just kind of talking to Horizon now.
Yeah, and he comes in and he's announced by the Chamberlain.
Wait, why was that question asked? Jameson?
Doom!
And so he announces... Finally arriving, Marquis Willen Bennett, Commander of the Royal Army. And it's at that time that Horizon goes, that's right. Dylan Bennett.
Fork drop.
That's your name.
Boom! Slow turn to look at the guy just introduced.
Who has stepped in and sits directly across the table. And he's getting situated in his seat. And he's getting his knife and his fork. And he sits up and he looks up and he stares you dead in the eyes. Because you didn't come disguised. You don't have a mask on. You're no longer hidden by the devil. You stand face to face with your father.
White as a ghost.
Roll a get wrecked check.
Don't need. It succeeds.
Automatic success.
And that's where we're going to call that one.
Can we not?
Nah, man.
Hello again, everyone, and thank you for joining us on Torchlit Tavern. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we hope you will continue to enjoy many episodes in the future. Don't forget to like us and rate us on wherever you listen, and don't forget to share us with everybody you know so our podcast can grow. Also, don't forget to follow our show on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Podbean, Apple Podcast, or whatever your preferred podcasting service is. And, furthermore, should you wish to follow our lovely players in their epic journeys, you can follow them at the following locations.
Hey guys, it's Ryan, favorite Warlock Roy, and you can find me on Twitter at RyanSCBSantos.
You can find your favorite DM, Jameson Oxford, on Twitter at Agent Beige.
And you can find your good boy Dylan on Twitter at Argo Omega. Fuck your Warlock.
Rude.